Hello folks and welcome back to the channel. Can virtual reality help with depression and anxiety? In this video I will share my personal experience and explain how VR probably saved me. However, please remember that VR is still in its infancy, and if you suffer from depression, please seek help from professionals. So do you see this scar over here? In April 2019 I found a lump in my neck, and it wasn't a great experience, I should say. Actually, probably one of the worst in my life. And I got very worried to the point that I was convinced that I was literally going to die. I stopped eating, couldn't sleep, I felt depressed all the time, and my personal life and everyday interaction with people at home and at work were heavily affected. Because I genuinely thought I was going to die, I wasn't really in the mood for traditional gaming in front of a PC monitor. So I said to my wife, look, trying VR is one of the things I have on my bucket list for a while. So although it wasn't cheap, I pulled the trigger and I bought my first headset. And with hindsight, it was probably the best decision I ever made. When my Oculus Rift S arrived, and that evening after my wife and daughter went to bed, I set it up. I did my very first game in VR, which was Air Car, which is still a free experience that you can find easily on Steam and on the Meta Store. Needless to say, it blew my mind. I spent hours and hours in it and completely lost my sense of time. Flying around that futuristic city kept me distracted from any negative thought I had up to the point. For the first time in months, I felt good. Obviously, that didn't solve my issue, but it was a great start. Fast forward a couple of months, the pandemic hit the world and the lockdown was enforced in the UK. That wasn't great for many people and changed the lives of many of us. Feeling like a prisoner at home certainly doesn't help if you have already some mental health issues. However, I found comfort in using VR. In particular, Elite Dangerous and Flight Simulator were my go-to. While everyone was complaining about not being able to go outside, I spent thousands of hours jumping from one star to another, or flying over my parents' house in the southern of Italy. I felt free, and I was able to travel the world and even other worlds. How cool is that? Months went by and I played more VR games. Being literally inside the game was distracted me from my negative thoughts. It's different when you play on a flat screen because you can still detach yourself from the game and think about all your problems. But in VR everything was overwhelmingly different, and I didn't have the time to think other stuff. Watching the world from high altitude or the galaxy from far away was so soothing and made my problems seem so small and insignificant. I also tried some meditation apps in VR, but they didn't do for me. I prefer spending time hundreds of hours even in Valheim, for example, which is absolutely fantastic in VR and I recommend it. Probably better than many meditation apps out there. And then I decided to create this YouTube channel, VR Focused, which keeps me busy when I'm not working or when I'm not doing other things in my life. And interacting with you all and people who share my passion is also something that helps me and keeps me motivated. Receiving comments and support from all of you makes me really happy, and I'm glad I started this journey. So, is VR a cure for depression and anxiety? Probably not. We can't tell for sure at this stage. I feel that it helped me a lot in keeping away negative thoughts and emotions that in reality don't have any reason to be there. Apart from the time I spent with my family and at work, more time I spend in VR, the less time I have to worry about my health, for example. Some people may consider this unhealthy, but I'm aware that for a lot of people with depression or anxiety, simply saying go outside and enjoy the world just doesn't work. So I don't really know if my approach is the right one, but to be honest, I feel I would be in a much worse position if VR wasn't there. Anyhow, I wanted to share this personal experience with you because I wanted you to know that probably you're not alone. and that VR can probably help you out. Thank you very much for watching, and if you found this video helpful or interesting, please like, share it, and subscribe to the channel for more VR content. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. VR Dead, signing out.